Hello everyone and welcome to NETCRYPTO, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we're taking a look at Solaxy. So this is a coin that we have already labeled as a scam, right? And the scam is in the pre-sale, right? So I've been getting a lot of questions, people saying it's not a scam, you're just hating on the project, right? The price is pumping, look, it's 100% up, it's going to 150% up, right? It is a scam. And if you want to be educated on what scam it is, even if you've made some money, right? Maybe you bought at around 205 and now you're sitting at 100%, like good for you, right? But just because you made some money, you cannot conclude that it's not a scam, because if you keep that mindset, you're going to set yourself up to be investing into these scams and you lose in a major way. This has happened, right? So let's just jump into the video. So just as you saw in the thumbnail, a lot of people are not able to claim, right? Because the scam is in the pre-sale. So if you bought in the pre-sale, right, it's either you haven't staked or you have staked. I'm just sharing this for the benefit of those who haven't watched. I've explained this several times. These are the scamonomics of these scammers who have actually scammed throughout all these scams that I've covered on the channel, right? And some of them actually look exactly like Solaxy. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So if you have not staked, at launch day, you were supposed to be able to claim and to sell your tokens if you want, right? But if you have staked, you had to wait the 7-day period. And now the 7-day period is done. A lot of people, guess what? They are not able to unstake. A lot of people who had not staked in the first place, they're not able to claim their tokens. Why? Because the scammers have put them on the blocked list right there on their website. You connect your wallet, the button doesn't work, you're not able to claim, right? That's what the scammers have actually done. So now they are manipulating the price upwards. And yes, we are in stage 7 of the scam. Stage 6 is the artificial price pump, right? Here it's actually, it doesn't really mean anything because they haven't even been able to go to at least a 2x from the last price of the pre-sale. So it's, even if it goes 100%, 150%, they're still below the last price of the pre-sale. They might reach it, they might even go to a 2x or a 3x. It's very possible, right? Because they've actually put a lot of investors into the blocked list right here, right? And they are not able to what? To claim their tokens. You see, so they are able to actually manipulate the price upwards. And the purpose for this is exactly what they did with this other scam, Pepe Unchained. They did exactly the same thing, right? You take a look at the chart. Token launches, it went to a 5x, right? Unfortunately for Solex, it hasn't even crossed to the come to the last price of the pre-sale, right? Ever since launch, it went to 2019, then it went all dived right down, right? So what you see happening to Pepe Unchained, went 5x, went down. People thought it was over, right? But guess what? It started going up, right? Started going up. And this is where a lot of people also got scammed because they started to believe that this is legit, right? Let me go and pour in more money. But they don't understand that these are scammers, right? These are scammers. And then guess what? They rugged everyone. And then today we are at the lowest of the low with Pepe Unchained. For Pepe Unchained to reach stage 8, right? To reach stage 8, which is where the token goes between 80 and 90%, it took between, I think, around 3 months. It took around 3 months, right? But for other scams, for example, the scams we covered here, for example, Wall Street Pepe, I think it took something like 3 weeks, right, to reach an 80. Actually, with Wall Street Pepe, it took a week, I believe. Yes, it took a week because it even launched below the pre-sale price, right? Same thing with meme index, launched below pre-sale price, rugged right from the start. So you mind of Pepe, same thing, right? So you cannot second guess these scammers, right? You cannot second guess the scammers. The moment you start to believe that these best wallet pre-sales are legit, guess what? You've got the best wallet itself is a scam, right? It's a scam. The moment you believe it's legit because maybe you've made a little bit of money, they are going to catch you for really big. This has happened multiple times, right? Multiple times. So if you are clever, If you had made some money, maybe you bought a 205, you're sitting at a neat 2x, just consider yourself fortunate. Walk away with your bag, right? And don't invest during the pre-sale. After the pre-sale, like right now, people who went and bought after the pre-sale, people who bought at the lowest price of 3044, they're sitting at over 100%, right? You can always buy after the pre-sale if you want, but just remember with this one, these are scammers, right? These are scammers, and if you hang around scammers, you're going to get scammed eventually, right? And my heart really goes out to those who bought during the pre-sale, who were not able to recover, at least break even with what they put in, right? Because the scammers, they are still using their modus operandi of blocking a lot of investors, right? So if you are hanging around thinking, oh no, you know what, this is legit, let me go and put more money, it's up to you, right? It's your decision. I'm not telling you financial advice here, but this thing is dangerous, right? These guys are scammers, right? And when you hang around scammers, they are going to catch you sooner or later, right? So that's one thing that I just wanted to highlight here, right? It's exactly what happened with Pepe Unchained. People were meant to believe that this is legit, right? People are making 5x, but at the same time, a lot of people were blocked, right? But the people who invested the smallest amounts were able to claim, were able to make a little bit of profit. Unfortunately for Solaxy, no one is able to make a profit here, right? Because otherwise we're going to be seeing even more people saying it's not a scam, because for some reason people believe that if you make some money, then it means it's not a scam. No, that's not how it works. You need to understand the scamonomics, right? The scamonomics are important to understand. So people do ask, how, where do we get the legit tokens, right? Well, one thing that I discourage are pre-sales, right? But there is a way to make money in crypto. Making money in crypto is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? So what I encourage you to do is to join the NETCRYPTO membership. In there, you're going to be able to get access to some of the tokens, right? And some of the strategies that we have, that I personally do to make money in crypto, right? There are select tokens that we have there. We have a 2x challenge, right? We've got a meme coin list. We've got a meme coin strategy, but it only constitutes like 5%, right, of our investment strategy, but it's got the potential for the to actually have massive gains, right? Because meme coins cannot be ignored. So if you join the NETCRYPTO membership, you'll get access to all the members only content, right? And the video is dropped every week, right, for the channel members. That's something that you can actually fast track your strategy into crypto, because the purpose for this membership is for you to develop your own strategy in crypto that works for you, that is is the lowest risk, right? You're not going to get rich quick, but it's got the lowest risk. It's a structured approach than just going into this pre-sale. Some people are losing huge amounts. Like the person who bought the biggest investor into this one, right, bought 400,000 US dollars worth. Into the other scam, Wall Street Pepe, the biggest investor spent 1.5 million US dollars. They could have bought 4 Lamborghinis, but they put it into a pre-sale and it was reduced to less than 200,000. Right, so this is my update for this one. This indeed is a scam. A lot of people are not able to claim, but even if you are unable to claim, don't give up, right? Ensure that you have done everything technically you can possibly do. Eventually, the scammers will allow some people to be able to claim, but by that stage, we'll be in stage 8, right? 80-90% dropped. That's when they'll allow everyone to be able to claim, right? So the scammers are just putting a mask, pretending that the project is legit, but it's not, because a lot of people are blocked, right? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one or in the membership section.